Southwest Airlines kicks black Trump supporter off plane for not wearing mask.
So you're just going on hearsay and violating Southwest policy then, right?
What am I supposed to do then?
So they demanded that he had to leave the plane because he took his mask off to eat.
I was not here or present. The crew has denied.
Okay, but you're seeing him with eating. So please tell me the policy. Tell the crew to tell me the policy that says he cannot eat with his mask off.
Everyone thinks it's because he was eating, and that's the thing, is that he's asking this guy to leave because he took off his mask to eat, and that's what everyone's seeing.
Can you tell us the policy that prevents him from taking his mask off while he's eating, please?
See, the issue wasn't that he took his mask off while eating, and I'll get into that in a second.
It's the hat.
It's the hat. It's the hat and the mask. It's not the eating. I fly 3 times a week.
Here's the deal.
I haven't really done anything, so.
But you're being denied boarding by the crew. The crew is not going to take it.
He states that the crew actually denies him entry to be on the plane, that he can't actually be on the flight, and that he actually states that if he doesn't leave, he'll actually have him arrested and charged.
Can you clarify for us, are we not allowed to take our masks off to eat on this plane? Can you please clarify, are we not allowed to take our masks off to eat on this plane or not?
Listen to the flight crew and follow their instructions.
He states just to follow the flight crew's instructions. So if the flight crew tells you not to eat and tells you to keep your mask on, then you gotta obey, or they're gonna send this guy in to kick you off the plane.
So, are you gonna tell us that we can take our masks off to eat on the plane? See, he did cooperate.
Put his mask on. He took it off when he started eating the nuts. That was it.
But that's the thing, if the flight crew tells you to stop eating, put your mask on, you're supposed to obey. According to this lady, she says that all he did was take his mask off to eat some nuts, and the next we know he was in trouble. Black man in Trump gear kicked off flight for lowering mask to eat peanuts, but was it orchestrated? And that's the thing that we don't see, is what happened prior to this video. According to the news reports, this man was actually seen without his mask on numerous times. The flight attendants kept asking him numerous times to keep putting his mask on outside in the waiting terminal while they were boarding and while he was actually sitting in the airplane. So they asked him, you know what, keep your mask on, and that's it. Well, he decided to keep taking it off. He kept disobeying what they were asking, and they decided eventually to kick him off that flight. It had nothing to do with the color of his skin, had nothing to do with his hat. It had to do with the fact that he just kept disobeying and kept taking his mask off for some odd reason. There's no video obviously prior to that because they're not going to film him in the terminal and the boarding and all that stuff. But obviously when there's an altercation, that's the point people start to pull out their videos and start to record. And that's the thing, all these people, all they saw was him sitting there, take his mask off to eat some peanuts, and then they asked him to leave. And that's the thing, is I don't believe that they saw anything prior to that. This is what they're stating. There's no actual proof or evidence. For all we know, that maybe he did have his mask on. Maybe he was obeying the 100% with the mask, mandatory mask on all the time, and the only time he did take it off was to eat some peanuts. Or for all we know, before he got onto the plane, he had his mask off. They kept asking him to put it on, and eventually when he got onto the plane, they just said, you know what, enough is enough. We're just going to remove this gentleman. But the thing is that they actually let him board another flight later on in the day and actually get to his destination. So it's not like they denied him access to a plane to get to where he needs to go. They eventually just, transferred flights and got him onto a different one because he was just causing a disruption, and the flight attendants, I guess, just didn't want to bother with him or were just annoyed with him at that point. Or the third option is that they just saw some black dude with a Trump hat and just said, you know what, let's just make up some excuse to kick him off the plane, because that seems like the most plausible or reasonable explanation. But the thing I don't understand about this whole situation is if he was taking his mask off prior and was causing a nuisance or a problem for the flight attendants, why would they let him board the plane? Unless during the time he was on the plane, prior to them actually filming, he kept pulling off his mask and they kept telling him to put it on, and it just caused, I guess, them a headache or a scene, I guess. And then eventually, when they did pull out the camera to film, they were just like, oh, well, it's because he pulled on his mask to eat peanuts. I don't know, it's just really weird that they would ask somebody out of everybody in the plane that's doing the same thing, taking their mask down to eat, to leave the plane. And then, like I said, unless it's because he was wearing the Trump gear and the color of his skin, but that just doesn't seem plot like it's just like it's 2020. I don't think that would be the case. I think it has to do with more what we didn't see or hear, and probably prior. I don't know if it's true or not, but for all we know, he was taking off his mask prior in the terminal and causing a big scene. But why would they let him still board the flight? And that's what I don't understand. So maybe there's more to the story. I don't know. Maybe he can come out and state exactly what happened prior. Maybe the Southwest Airlines can actually come out with a statement or state that, yeah, this is what was happening. But they actually stated in the news report that the reason why he was asked to leave wasn't because he was taking his mask off to eat, it was because prior to that he kept taking his mask off, causing problems, and he kept disobeying them. He kept taking his mask off, and eventually on the plane they just said, you know what, enough is enough, you just got to go. A statement from a spokesperson from Southwest Airlines told Newsweek our reports indicated that a customer traveling on flight 2632 was scheduled service from Tampa to Dallas was asked repeatedly by more than one employee at a different time to wear a mask. The customer did not comply with our crew's multiple verbal requests, including while boarding the flight before seated. Therefore, the decision was made to return to the gate and reaccommodate him on a later flight to his final destination after receiving assurances he would comply with our face covering policy. But like I said, they ended up giving him another flight to go back home or go elsewhere he needed to go. So I don't know. It's just crazy that this blew up into a viral video. Everyone's talking about it. They're trying to say that it was because he was wearing Trump gear, because of the color of his skin, because like the mask. I don't know. It's just crazy how the news and everybody just twists everything out of context. And I don't know. Just let me know your thoughts and opinions. And I just thought I'd share this video and this subject with all of you because it's just crazy how things spin out of control, and I just want to know your thoughts and opinions about this. What do you believe the case was it because he took his mask off to eat peanuts? Do you think it was because he was a Trump supporter and the color of his skin, or do you think it was because there was a bunch of different events that led up to that point to which they pulled out the camera and then started filming? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I'm really curious. And also like this video, click that subscribe button for more, and share it with your friends and family so they can check this out and be aware of it, because it seems like, yeah, if you don't do what people are telling you to do with the masks and stuff like that, well, then they're going to start kicking you off, denying you entry, denying you access, denying you to purchase things and do stuff. So it's kind of like the whole store, no shirt, no service, well, no mask, no service. And that's the way things are going. So they're just going to keep pushing the agenda and pushing the little bit by little bit. So I don't know, let me know. And I just wanted to share that with all of you. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, stay safe. God bless you all, and peace out.